Hey guys, we're back in the Windy City, Chicago with Mike and his 1970 AMC AMX that he has not driven since 1985. Before we jump into that, hey guys, I'm Kendra, and don't forget to subscribe to our Cruisin with Kendra channel. I've spent the better half of a decade traveling around the country, telling car stories and covering the automotive industry.
It's a 1970 American Motors AMX, and the color is Matador Red. So my first car, my first love. That's what this AMX is. They only made 4,116 of these cars in 1970. That's it. Not a lot. 4,000 is not a lot. And this car was actually built in August of '69. It was one of the first made in the first 2 days of production.
American Motors' new two-seater, the AMX, gives you all the fun of sports cars costing thousands more. Just get the 390 engine, roll onto a racetrack, you're ready to do 125 miles an hour.
Look out! I'm coming through!
Tell us a little bit about the process of getting this vehicle.
Well, I hung out with kids that were older than me, and they all drove. So when I was 14 years old, I wanted to buy a car, even though I couldn't drive until I was 16. So I was 15, and I'm looking at, Dusters and Barracudas and GTOs, and my cousins had a couple of AMXs. And I was like, wow, those cars are really cool. So I found one when I was just turned 16, and the guy wanted too much money for it, so my cousin bought it instead. But then he found me this one, and he goes, hey, cuz, I found you an AMX. I said, oh yeah, let's go look at it. So probably a week before New Year's Day, 1977, so if you had a last week in December, we went to look at the car. It was a few towns over. The original owner had it. Helene Morgenstern was the original owner. We made a deal for $600. I went back on New Year's Day with my cousins and my dad, and the car was frozen. The antifreeze, there was not enough antifreeze in it, and the engine was full of slush. The radiator was frozen. It took us an hour and a half and 2 cars with jumper cables and a lot of hot water to get it started. So then I took the guy down to 575. And I drove it home that day, New Year's Day 1977. That night, I was waxing the car with blue coral. I didn't wash it, but it was like 15 degrees, but it was my new car, my car, first car. I was out there waxing this thing because I was in love. And that's the story. That's my first car, my first love.
I mean, to be able to talk the guy down, and what are the chances that would happen when you're about to go buy the vehicle? Right.
Well, it was a wooden start. I got a lot of junk.
This is
So,
cool. So, put the grill here.
And I can open the hood, you can see underneath the hood.
Yeah, but we want to get the shot of you actually opening it when he's ready.
Yeah. So, see, still has the original the registration and inspection stickers from when I did it in 1985. They expired in '86. And the last time I took this car to this show was the Street Machine Nationals for Carcraft in '84, and it still has the entry pass sticker in the window. That was the last time the car was shown.
Are you ever going to get it running? Okay.
Yes, I am. I have a couple of other project cars I'm working on. So this one, I really was going to do it for my 60th. So I'm 58 now.
Nice.
But now I might do it a little bit earlier. I mean, I don't know how far I'm going to go on it. It got some damage when it was sitting in storage. Some shelf fell and put a couple of dings in the fenders and the hood and stuff.
AMX is, you don't really see a lot of those. You see the Camaros, the Mustangs. Why are they so upset?
They only made 4,116 of these cars in 1970. That's it. Not a lot. 4,000 is not a lot. And this car was actually built in August of '69. It was one of the first made in the first 2 days of production. So it was an early car, very early. And it was so funny because the lady that bought it didn't get the car till 1971. It sat at the dealership until '71. It was probably, from what I heard, on the showroom floor. The '71 models came in, they rolled the car out, the car went into the lot, And Helene bought it in, I believe, May of '71. So.
And majority of their production was done in Kenosha, right? They had a big plant there.
Yes, that's where this car was built. It was built in Kenosha. Yeah.
Very neat.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
I know my automotive history.
Well, it's a 390, 325 horse. It's got the board-worn automatic, the 315 twin grip rear end in it. It's a Go-Pack car without Go-Pack stripes, because every Go-Pack car came with stripes, the C stripes. And this car never had stripes on it, but it's a Go-Pack car. Power steering, power disc brakes, original AM/FM radio, clock. Still has the original floor mats in it. Visor, mirror, all the good stuff. Headlight buzzer. I added stuff to it. I actually, when I did the car, I couldn't find vinyl that matched. So leather was optional. So I actually bought leather hides, and I had somebody make the leather seats for me.
Okay.
Back in 1983. So, I added the Mark Donahue spoiler, and I added the bumper guards, and little stuff like that. I made it so if I was buying that car brand new, this is what it'd be on it, basically speaking. So, things happen for a reason. So you want to see under the hood?
Yes.
All right.
Let's see this.
It's a little dirty, but it's original. But that's it. Doesn't look bad for being done in 1983. It did the engine compartment. Okay, it's got the ram air setup, as you can see, functional ram air. It's actually got a factory Edelbrock aluminum intake, stock, exterior-wise, AMC belts, AMC hoses. Oh, AMC. It's got American Motor plug wires on it. Well, it's just got some serious patina.
Yes.
From sitting for such a long time. I didn't want to touch anything up. All I wanted to do was clean it, wipe it down. I didn't want to paint anything. I didn't want to replace anything. I was like, these are the same tires that have been on the car since 1982. They actually held air. I was surprised.
And patina is cool now.
Yes, that's the big thing. Everybody likes patina, I guess people are getting tired of 100-point show cars you can't drive. They want something that's a little enjoyable.
Right.
So,
it has personality
and
too.
Yes, and now hopefully when I have time to work on it, I can get it so I can drive it again and I can enjoy it.
Because these kind of vehicles are meant to be driven.
Oh yes, 100%, 100%. But that was the problem why I was even paranoid back in the day, because you couldn't find parts.
All right.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Okay.
You ready?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
So you own a towing company.
Yes.
And your wife was telling me that this vehicle actually helped to facilitate growing your company. Can you tell me a
Yes.
little bit about that?
Well, the door closing. Was that okay?
It made a pretty huge effect.
You know what? I can keep that open if you want.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Hold on a second.
You own a towing company.
Yes.
And your wife, Jennifer, told me that the AMX kind of helped to facilitate the growth of your company.
It started my company, as a matter of fact. A couple of times I had the cars, towed here and there, and I had to bring the car down to the New York Coliseum car show in Manhattan. It was invited down. So I had the car flatbedded down to Manhattan for the show. After the show, on the way back, the tow truck driver, the guy that owned the company, owned a gas station, and he's like, I sold my station, I'm selling off my trucks. And I said, yeah, you want to sell me a truck? So I bought one of his flatbeds to haul my car to shows and do stuff with it. And that was like February or March of 1984. And then 2 years later, I quit my regular job because people were asking me, hey, Mike, can you tow my car here, tow my car there? And I started full-time towing company in April of 1986. I'm still towing. So if I didn't have this car, I probably wouldn't have bought a tow truck.
Yeah.
So
Isn't it crazy how things work
things
out?
just happen.
And as we wrap out with Mike, our team followed him into his first car show with the AMX in over 30 years. Make sure to tune into our channel on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 9 a.m. We release all kinds of cool car content, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one, cruisers. Later, guys.